Yeah, that's right.
I'm breaking down Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode by episode. Here's 99 Things You Missed in Season 1, Episode 15, Operation Broken Feather. We start with the FDNY vs NYPD football game, which has been an annual tradition since 1973. It's known as the Fun City Bowl, after the nickname given to New York in the 70s, and after 51 games played, New York's finest hold 32 wins. Fire Marshal Boone has returned and is repping number 51 in reference to 1972's emergency that was set in Station 51 of the LA County Fire Department.
Fire Marshal Boone.
Gina is actually supporting the 9-9 from the sidelines.
Your fly's down. It made you look.
I didn't look, and I'm wearing shorts. There is no fly.
This is true in most cases, unless you're rocking some kind of jort.
Prepare to die.
Jake makes reference to Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
While it would explain his daddy issues, Marshal Boone definitely didn't kill his father, so it's not completely applicable. Not only does Terry's skill at football match his actor, but so do his sick moves, as he's both a former NFL player and semi-professional breakdancer. The scoreboard has both actual logos, the latter of which features the Twin Towers, meaning we have yet another episode referencing 9/11. And the scores don't line up with any real-life Fun City Bowls, let alone the one from the year this came out. Including the other points we see, the 9-9 actually score higher than any other NYPD team has since 1978. According to the last episode, this should launch Jake.
I'd like to see you score one.
You're about to see it.
According to Rule 12, Section 1, Article 4B, this is not allowed. Take this with a grain of salt, however, as everything I know about American football comes from this band and researching this series. And they went to the effort of parking an NYPD squad car in the background for one shot. If The Princess Bride wasn't enough, Jake also throws in a Titanic reference.
I'm the king of the world!
Cream in my coffee and rock and roll.
I've decided to count all the squad's original songs. Here's all the other ones already on the original cast recording.
Uh-oh, you're alone for life.
Wonderful moment.
Don't you have a murder suspect question?
I put on a song that sums up his situation nicely.
This cutaway lacks the usual fade to black and radio static. We later learn the
Babe.
part of this is quintessential Boyle.
Charles went through that year-long phase where he called everybody babe.
Are those gummy bears wrapped in a fruit roll-up?
Yeah.
This joins Mayo Nut Spoonsies in the hellscape that is Jake's diet. I'm thinking of doing a dedicated video trying and ranking all the weird food across the show, so let me know if there's any other confusing meals you'd like to see.
The Vulture is on his way here now.
Doesn't that guy get tired of stealing our cases?
NYPD, stop!
You made us run up 10 flights of stairs.
The 10F on the door behind them confirms that they did in fact climb 10 flights of stairs if you assume the ground floor is 0, which I don't think Americans do.
I got it from here.
Don't worry, we can stall him until you get the confession.
Amy is wearing a turtleneck, much like the one she lent Jake in episode 2.
Commence Operation Broken Feather.
While it's been a recurring joke so far, I'm gonna start counting how many title drops there are in each episode.
I need your full signed confession.
Despite it not being directly stated in dialogue, this character's name is Gus Wimbledon, which I'm guessing is a reference to the tennis tournament. I think I mentioned this before, but show creators often credit minor characters with full names, even if they aren't used, as just calling them like extra number 3 is way less beneficial as part of an acting history.
Listen to me, Gus. We can do this, son.
Jake, unsurprisingly, hasn't listened to Holt.
Don't say son.
Turds. Detective Pembroke.
While I complained about the choppiness of previous slow-mo shots, I much prefer that over the artifact-filled mess that they use here.
Lucky for you, this coat's made out of whaleskin.
Whaleskin coats thankfully don't exist, but in the 1800s, sealskin clothing was used by whale chasers due to its water-repellent properties. This uniformed officer disappears briefly between cuts.
What do you say we go talk about a case in the break room?
I initially thought these shots were filmed on the same floor we usually see, but these doors tell me otherwise, so I'm guessing they have a separate stair set for shots like these. I also wondered why he didn't take the elevator until I realized the stairs mean he can stare at butts with greater ease.
A case of how you got so damn sexy.
God owed me a favor.
The vulture is coming!
Despite his tiny wee legs, Boyle has managed to scale 3 flights of stairs to reach his desk before the vulture.
Someone do something!
Tear gas.
Deploying tear gas in a police precinct is definitely illegal. In the increasingly likely event that you experience tear gas, a bowl or traffic cone can be placed over the device to better contain the spread. Eye damage can be prevented with goggles and treated with a squirt bottle, while inhalation can be limited using paint or dust masks that you can find at your local hardware store. It's easier said than done, but stay safe out there, and there is always hope. Not really a good way to transition out of that one, but I can assure you the worst way involves Hitchcock taking his shirt off.
And out of the tear gas rises the phoenix.
Not only would those admittedly dope shades do nothing to protect his eyes, but his subsequent laugh should be muffled by the bandana.
Hey, Peralta. I got it from here.
Jake's 4 minutes estimate was way off, as the sequence lost just over 1.
I'll just go then.
With this fully signed confession.
I killed that guy and his neighbor, but you were too late!
Wait, you killed his neighbor?
Not including flashbacks, this is the longest time span an episode has taken place in so far.
Nice, you got it framed?
Sorry the tear gas made you look like a demon dog at the end of Ghostbusters.
This is an apt comparison that also adds Ghostbusters to Jake's long list of movie references. Ghostbusters also features Catherine Carlin and Reginald Val Johnson, who both have one-off roles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Manager at the Prentice Hotel told us that someone's been breaking into the rooms.
The hotel name is likely a reference to the character Emily Prentice from Criminal Minds. There are so many overlapping actors between the two shows, but most notable for our sake is probably Dirk Blocker. This establishing shot is of the Plaza Hotel in New York, but with this flag altered in post. But it oddly leaves out the from its name.
I have to admit, I do love a thorough vacuumer.
All of the footage is repeated, other than the 2 feeds in the bottom right of each screen.
I'm a little OCD.
Among the spread are some potato smileys, which I like to imagine Jake specifically requested.
So we have good news and we have bad news.
Bad news first, because the good news is probably a lie.
Boyle's watch once again doesn't match the time shown.
Sting we set up to catch deadbeats went great.
I want a free Bahamas cruise.
Bill is played by Sean Whalen, who starred in Criminal Minds and would go on to play Lion McPoyle in It's Always Sunny. I also find the minimal effort, sparse decorations quite funny.
You have 6 outstanding warrants for credit fraud.
Our Comstat numbers are due tomorrow morning.
We get another installment of briefing room whiteboard details. The address given is on Grand Street, which is actually where some exterior shots have been filmed previously. Despite this, the exact address number doesn't exist. Next to it is an unnecessarily labeled aerial view that doesn't match anywhere on Grand Street, and a floor plan of the hotel where the sting takes place. Despite it not existing in the plot, they still put a photo of the cruise ship below the mailer. Finally, there's a handful of mugshots. None of them are the Pope we saw arrested, but there is this guy who kind of looks like if David Costable was stranded in the woods for a month.
So I need these arrests on the books today.
This being a surprise to everyone is odd, considering Comstat meetings are usually weekly.
I had a belly dancing class.
Oh, show us some moves.
Dismissed.
Holt makes a habit of cutting Boyle off like this.
I am thankful to have such a dedicated employee.
And I'm thankful
Dismissed.
The Sarge's penholder has "This is how I roll" on it, which is just cringy enough to be perfect for his character. And the what post-it note on his lamp has been joined by a reminder to call Bobby at 2:15 p.m. Gina dropping the folders also scatters his paper clips, which is the type of thing we've come to expect from her at this point.
There's only 3 files here.
It has not been a productive morning. For example, somebody used the toaster in front of Boyle.
The toaster must have been added purely to distract Boyle, as it wasn't in any prior episodes.
No.
Wait.
Tommy.
The box on Boyle's desk is full of Chemex filters for his matching coffee maker, and his watch again doesn't make sense.
I'm worried. The Comstat numbers are due tomorrow, but at this rate, we won't be finished until your daughters are grown and married.
I may have a solution.
Terry's map gives us a bunch of fun details to unpack. While the unsolved problems are brought up directly, there are also a handful that have already been solved. The McGintley situation probably refers to how lax the old captain was with the squad's antics, and is no longer at play due to Holt's arrival. More ambiguous solves include the butt scan incident in the copy room, the donut distraction in the briefing room, the sugar crash factor in the break room, and Scully flirting with the perps in the holding cell. Also mentioned is water cooler quarterbacking, which is the second of many football mentions I'll discuss properly later. Below it is the Hitchcock couch crawl to the waiting area, which is contradicted later in the series by them labeling the one in the break room as their nap couch. I also think they got switched around here as both activities fit the other detective better. Finally, this layout shows the rooms connected to Holt's office, the break room, and the waiting area, none of which we see in the show, so they've been left blank.
Are you saying you want to secretly perform scientific experiments on your friends and co-workers?
Yes.
Sounds fun, let's do it.
Hey, hand me some peanuts, I'm snacky.
This is word for word what he said in the bets.
Now give me some nuts. I'm snacky.
I might get a promotion to major crimes.
What?
Jake's next line was definitely added in post.
You're gonna go work for the Vulture.
Amy's head tilts away in the cuts.
Have you forgotten how awful he is?
The Vladimir Putin collection?
Yeah.
Such underwear does exist, but not as an official product. And the sound effect they add here is just outrageous.
You're gonna skip that interview, and that's a Peralta guarantee. Peralta guarantee achieved.
Zooming in shows that this is very obviously stunt double Seth Duhame. Apparently he did such a good job here, Melissa Fumero was genuinely concerned.
The subtext of the guarantee was that you would be entertained, and you were.
I moved a toaster to the break room.
This explains why Boyle toaster distraction was solved on the map, and actually results in the toaster staying in the break room going forward.
So you know about Rosa's anger incidents.
It's my birthday.
While it's not for Rosa, there is a flyer up for a party that I'm assuming is for the Super Bowl. And Scully awkwardly pulls away from the water cooler without drinking,
I hate birthdays.
as it likely isn't connected to an actual source.
You're a funny little bird, Diaz.
The stoop sale fly that appeared a few episodes ago is finally in focus, revealing it has baseball cards and forbids early birds, which is good news for worms.
Happy birthday.
Anytime Mount Diaz erupts, everyone in the squad avoids her.
There isn't a volcano of this name, but there is a Diaz Peak in Arizona.
If people are afraid to walk by Diaz, bathroom breaks would be to a minimum. Hey, Diaz, I just need to make sure I've got the details right in this.
Casey Cook has a floppy disk, which I'm assuming is decorative.
Yeah.
The uniformed sergeant appears behind Holt, whose eye is red, but only for this shot. The extras change completely, twice in quick succession, with Casey Cook walking past again right after. In line with Terry's triangle theory, Rosa's meltdown happens right next to the printer we saw in the flashback in Sal's Pizza.
One more step and you're next.
This gets turned back on Rosa in season 4. Fred Armisen is back, reprising his role from the pilot. This makes him the third returning character in this episode so far, after Boone and the Vulture.
What is this music?
This is from my country, near Krakowiak. Do you like it?
I weirdly do.
Despite being from the fictional Lir Krakowiak, this song is actually in broken Estonian.
This song is a celebration song for when a dog loses its virginity.
Who checks that?
No one apparently, as no cultures I could find actually celebrate this.
I saw a bellboy take his jacket off and throw it in the dumpster.
Come with me, Amy, to the dumpster.
Yeah.
Me and Amy going diving in the dumpster.
Liberty Sanitation is back after appearing in episodes 5 and 8.
Why do you even care if I leave?
It's the lowest of the low.
Jake stops working in the reverse shot.
So if I transferred somewhere else, you wouldn't care at all?
No. Aha!
Receipt in the pocket.
Dusted for prints.
And send a scan to Boyle.
This wouldn't likely go to Boyle and instead fall under the Forensic Investigations Division.
The thief's name is Benjamin DeSanto. He's surprisingly photogenic. A lot of criminals are, strangely.
Studies suggest the opposite is true, as juries often subconsciously correlate unattractiveness with guilt.
Must have stolen the bellhop uniform.
Angela de Beverly is likely named as such in tribute to actress Beverly D'Angelo.
Receptionist just spotted DeSanto entering the Salieri ballroom. What's going on in there?
An auction of Greek antiquities.
I believe it's pronounced antiques.
Antiquities differ from antiques due to being far older and archaeological relics as opposed to household items. Despite it being solved, the Diaz Triangle hasn't been marked as such.
It's going really well, sir.
Tell me about the Boyle-Linetti reaction.
Boyle gets cold a lot because of what he calls his
Medically diagnosed thin skin.
His closest match is probably Ellis-Damlos syndrome, which can cause coldness.
So he goes to the lost and found. That's when Gina gets involved.
This calendar still hasn't changed from October 2013, and the extra by Gina changes briefly between cuts.
Dr. Huxtable.
Empty. Lost and found.
Already done, sir.
Oh my God, we're doomed.
I'm assuming this is evidence from a closed case, so it would have been auctioned off or destroyed anyway.
Boyle looks like a lesbian.
I had a backup plan. She's like a cockatiel, sir. Fascinated by her own reflection.
Cockatiels do react to mirrors, but not always positively, as they can misinterpret their reflection as another bird vying for their territory.
Hello, sexy. How are you?
The book I couldn't find last episode was Woman of the Four Winds, and I can only assume it's disappeared to spite me.
Right back at you.
Isla and Smith Antiques is a reference to Laura Isla and Hillel Smith of the props department.
I'm Detective Peralta. This is Detective Always Stays Loyal. She's named after her father, Alvin Stays Loyal.
That joke mirrors the one from the pilot.
And this is my partner, Detective Terrible Detective.
There are a few other parallels, including the return of Melipnos, which is likely due to this being the first episode written by both Goor and Schur since episode 1.
You don't exactly blend in.
It's never addressed, but I like how this implies this random guy is now wearing Jake's clothes.
My name is Roger Strikewell, and I will be your guest auctioneer this evening. Our first item up for bid was made in the year 5.
Ancient Greece is widely considered to have ended 35 years prior.
$10.
Similar vases I could find went for upwards of 20 grand, so Jake was a couple of zeros off.
We've done it, sir.
I couldn't find an origin for this prop, but it looks to have Marley and Marley on it. That's the second Muppets Christmas Carol reference in this series, and I'm not stopping there will be more.
I think we should keep going. Are you familiar with the story of Icarus?
This is very poignant considering ancient Greece featured so heavily in the preceding scene.
Are you familiar with the story of Moneyball?
The statistical analysis. It's so beautiful.
We have a Holt smile encounter, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time we see Holt
I
cry.
have 85. Do I have 90?
You don't know what you're doing.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah, that's right.
While guest stars have been prevalent before this, Adam Sandler marks the first to play himself. And 2 years prior to this, he starred in That's My Boy with Andy Samberg.
I'm writing a movie right now about the Russian Revolution.
Apparently this was actually in the works, but they couldn't find a director. And as many have theorized, Adam Sandler is confirmed to be in touch with the dark arts as he teleports on stage.
How much you guys want to pay for me to stick my socks in this moron's mouth? I will.
Not only is this another cameo, but it's also another football connection, so it's probably time to elaborate. This aired directly after the Super Bowl, and as a result became the show's most viewed episode. It carries on the Super Bowl episode tradition by having big cameo appearances, football tied into the plot, and big stunts like the one we'll see in a second. And in a crazy coincidence, both Adam Sandler and Joe Theismann share the same birthday.
I just sold my item to the man in the gray shirt at table 18. NYPD, you're under arrest.
Jake kind of bungles the arrest here as he says NYPD before Amy is next to the perp.
My leg! You broke my other her leg!
His first leg break came in what is considered one of the most brutal career-ending injuries in the NFL.
Nothing to see here, except for the
Bone!
Santiago is taking a job interview at Major Crimes.
She told me yesterday.
Why didn't you try and talk her out of it?
That's what good detectives do. They have each other's back, no matter what.
The fly behind the frame encourages the reader to commit an act of justice, which feels a bit reminiscent of Jake's Batman alter ego.
All right.
The break room whiteboard has changed again, this time to promote fun bowling lessons.
Fire.
Oh, my.
Oh, all right, I got it. Okay, here we go. What happened, Scully?
I didn't know there was a toaster there.
In shots where Boyle's face is visible, the fire looks clearly added in post, but we can see the moment it switches to a stunt double. Boyle's actor also posted behind-the-scenes footage of the stunt.
Extinguisher's empty.
While Rosa's earlier valid crash out caused this, my guess is the fire extinguisher was already running low after the events of the pilot.
Sir, I'm begging you, please. We have to stop. Boyle is still smoldering.
Hello, boys. Welcome to your own office.
Gina referring to this as their office is a tad prophetic, as it briefly becomes Terry's in a later season.
I've narrowed the problem down to the Holt Jeffords vortex, and I'm not the only one who...
Well, it makes sense for plot reasons. When would Gina have had time to coordinate the squad walking in like this?
Message received.
The article shown in the pilot has again moved positions on Holt's wall.
That will be all. Thank you.
Get the hell out of my chair.
Jake pulls a similar move in a later episode.
I'll be in my office. Santiago, you're a great detective, and they'd be lucky to have you.
I already turned down the job. I like where I am.
Thought I saw your big white ass lumbering around. You certainly showed your true colors. And they're a shade of pink called loser.
There is actually a shade of pink called this.
I brought you a peace offering.
Tear gas grenades don't explode like this. The weird part is, they did it right earlier. This is the first time since the pilot that this song plays outside of the intro sequence, and marks the first time it's appeared twice in one episode. And as a final bonus fact, this episode has the longest title in season 1. A special thank you to Lavender Ray for becoming a certified sweetheart. I'll see you in 2 weeks for a truly incredible character debut.
Not a doctor.
Yeah,